Miss Union J accused the former cruise singer of killing the show, and it's now been revealed that head honcho Simon Cowell has no plans to launch his career. So who's going to come out on top?
Shall we? I'm delighted to say that Joe McElderry joins me now, live in the studio, and alongside him is showbiz journalist Kevin Hughes. It's a pleasure to have you both on the programme. And Joe, this time 3 years ago, how were you feeling just before you got that X Factor crown?
This is the kind of, I mean, it's the pinnacle for those guys of the whole kind of series. And they'll literally be petrified. You don't have a clue what's going to happen. You've got so many songs to learn. You know, I think when I did my series, I think we ended up singing about 6 songs across the whole 2 days of the shows. So you've got a lot of stuff to learn. You've got the duets to do. It's crazy. They'll actually probably be sound checking right now in rehearsals.
So you were nervous, excited, but it must have been exhilarating to win.
Incredible. It was incredible. But I wish now that I could go back to that moment, because that whole kind of weekend of the show, I was so nervous and anxious and kind of in the moment of just trying to remember everything that I can't really remember much of it. And it feels like I was kind of drunk for the whole weekend.
You had every right to be up that. You worked so hard. And Kevin, it seems like the X Factor's been with us for months and months and months now. What do you make of this series this year?
I mean, this series has attracted quite a lot of headlines, let's be honest. Yeah. It's lost some of the viewers, some of the spark I think it had as well in the last couple of years. Certainly the year Joe was on there, and Joe won the show. But, you know, they're going out all guns blazing with some big hitters on the show, with Rihanna guesting, I believe Sunday, Kylie's going to be there. We'll see Gary Barlow and Nicole Scherzinger perform with John May, with James, and of course with Christopher. But yeah, it has attracted a few criticism, and the few figures of course have dropped a bit.
And it has been odd, Joe, because a lot of the favourites have been voted out against the judges' wishes.
Yeah, I think it's the voting kind of patterns have been completely different. Like on my year, it was kind of like you had a rough idea by, you know, the kind of word on the street of who was going to stay, because people would be like, this is my favourite, but it seems like all the talented ones have been kicked out at the start. It doesn't really make sense.
And then there's poor old Chris Maloney, isn't he? He gets a lot of flack. He doesn't really deserve that, does he?
He's had a lot of negative press, but he's obviously doing something right with the public, because he is the bookie's favourite. Christopher, I think, will win the show this Sunday, and yeah.
What do you think, Joe? Tell us who you think's going to win.
It's a tough one. I would like James Arthur to win, but I don't think he will, because he's been in the bottom 2, and I think the normal general pattern is if you've been in the bottom 2, they don't win. So I would say it's going to be between Jermaine and Chris, and I would like to see Jermaine. I would like to see Jermaine. Yeah.
It's going to really irritate Simon Cowell if Chris wins, isn't it?
Just a bit.
Would you like that?
To hear that phone call.
I'd like to see Simon making the album with him. That would be fun. Maybe they should film that.
And what advice, just quickly, would you give them, Joe? Because they're going to have a whirlwind year, whatever comes, or whoever wins.
Yeah, I think you've got to use the show as a platform, and use it to kind of build your career, you know, because it's a tough industry. You know, I've been fortunate enough to release 4 albums, and I'm so thankful that I've been able to do that, and it's just keep going and work hard.
And just briefly, has it had its best, and has it had its day, do you think?
I think there's more life in the X Factor. I think it'll be interesting to see what changes come next year.
Okay, Kevin and Joe, thank you very much. We'll be watching, won't we, Saturday night? Well, that is it for tonight.